Alright, so here we're live with Disco Elysium. And last time we were on here, we roundhouse kicked Measurehead in the face, which was awesome. And then we talked to Everard, who's basically Fat Bastard, mixed with I forget the second character I sort of equated him to, but after that we had a very sobering field autopsy to perform. And apparently, according to myself and Kim as well,
the man is the lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Sorry about that. That's just my thing. It's a perception check to establish a probable. Well, damn it. Well, I bet even if we established a probable cause, or didn't, it would have still been a hard check to make. Only problem is that now, since the body's down, it's like, well, we can either get a fridge that will be able to take him, or something. I don't fucking know. But yeah, we've got a few things we can do. The first, I would actually like to go get those smokes, because I gotta get Kuno's info about where to find the people that might have scavenged the clothes.
A colorful.
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
Well, yeah. I'll take the cigarettes.
Here you go, mister.
Alright. And we also learned a lot about Everard and the Union, and we also learned that our name is Harry Dubois. So, yeah, that's something to know. And we got some kind of info regarding a weird list that was in the Union area, but I don't quite know what that would pertain to. But yeah, I'm gonna go talk to Joyce once I'm done with Kuno. See what she might have to say about what Everard told us.
You missed a good show before. A kid came by and completely fucked the tree to pieces.
He fucked the tree up! Fucked it good! It was porno!
By the way, Kipt is a racial slur.
Stop using the K word. It belongs in the past. Total R words use language like that. Wow, I'm not coming out of this sounding good in any way, aren't I? Because this will just have him call me a pussy. This is just using a slur to back up a difference to put him down. This is just like this. Wow, none of this. None of this. God damn it, game. You're making this hard on me. Huh. I'm gonna go. I kind of want to go with 2, even if I'm using a slur, but. Fuck it.
Shoot that shit at Kuno, Pigonaut.
I found your shack.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in?
I pushed the panels aside, Kuno.
And then what? You fucking there. You fucking Kuno's kingdom.
He's trying to fuck at you again, Kuno!
What's with the pig head?
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
Demo tape? Like some kind of musician?
Yeah, Kuno plays on snuff radio, fucks pigs, live, fucks their heads off. Kuno's a cop killer.
What's with the tube of magnosolum, Kuno?
It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything?
He looks at you, just pointed his son, asks what it was.
You could use some.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, whatever. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, and you look like you could use a bottle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
Come on, it's just magnesium. Don't mystify it.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die.
I found a plate with some powder residue. Know anything about it?
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
Shut the fuck up, electrochemistry.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
Kuno, I need a fridge to stash the body.
For the fuck imp. Good thing you asked the Kunmeister. Kuno knows a fridge. Perfect for freezing.
Really? I don't believe it.
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno gets around.
Where can I find this perfect fridge then?
Bacon Man's in a rush. But what's in it for the Kuno? What's the return on Kuno's investment?
A corpse-free yard.
Kuno's got everything Kuno needs. All civics and shit.
You can't buy Kuno, pig. Kuno's already got everything.
The check was so much higher.
Wasn't going to.
You can't turn Kuno into a little popo man. Kuno's his own man.
Yeah.
Questions about the crime
the
scene.
kingdom of Kuno. The fuck do you want with it?
The dead man's clothes are in the trash container. How'd they get there?
Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno.
I need to know. It could be a lead in the investigation. Someone may have tampered with the murder scene.
Listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there, dumpster diving. Sad shit. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real.
Fuck you.
You'd have to be blind not to notice the giant white letters F-A-L-N running down his trouser leg.
No, Kuno, you don't know anything about the tampering I'm investigating, and I already have pants.
Whatever. Kuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for falling anyway, pig.
There was also a mug in the trash.
The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again?
Yes, does this antiquated depiction of a Samurai man have anything to do with it?
Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker, 'cause he's the clothes fucker?
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Kuno. Someone has tampered with the crime scene, cleaned some of it up.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator.
The kid may have something there. He's already come up with an interrogation technique too.
Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can...
Tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting two and two together here.
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my Kuno.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face.
The ladder. Ever climb it?
Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed.
So you would say that ladder is unclimbable?
Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat.
The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook.
It's a trap, Kuno. Don't climb it, Kuno.
What's in the greenhouse over there?
Dunno. Kiptas gardener used to work there.
Oh. The gardener? She's not actually a gardener. Turns out she's a union fixer.
The fuck does this have to do with the Kuno? Kuno doesn't give a shit who she is. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Figure out what's going on with this kid.
The fuck do you want with it? Good call, Pig. Kuno doesn't...
Wait, I can't...
Have you come to make your offering to Kuno?
Let's rip some tar, Kuno.
Put it away. The information here isn't worth it.
Back off, fuck eyes. Kuno is a man. Kuno can smoke if he wants.
The lieutenant doesn't like this. It may be less destructive to your working relationship to just come back alone later.
You're right, I shouldn't give
Fuck
smokes to
you
a kid.
too, Piggo. Fuck you and your four-eyed friend. Thought you wanted to make this right with Kuno?
Please don't.
The lieutenant...
Don't listen to them. You can pay tribute to Kuno with drugs.
Alright. Looks like that's kind of all I could really do with Kuno. So, who else has unauthorized access? Okay, so that will take a bit. So I'm gonna go talk to Joyce now.
Every snowflake is like a little gift from the sky.
Say, child, you wouldn't happen to know about a good fridge, would you?
A fridge?
Yeah. Yes, like a big, big fridge a cop could...
You mean like the ice bear fridge? Man, that's scary.
Ice bear fridge?
Yes, like a bear, but white. There's a fridge below the building in the basement, with red glowing eyes. I went back there once, behind the bookstore. Mum doesn't want me to go there anymore. Not that I want to. It was pretty scary.
Is there a big fridge there?
Yes.
One more thing. How do I get inside the building? I already talked to your mom, but she's not letting anyone in.
She can be pretty strict. You're right about that. I don't really know what to say. You could try sneaking in. I'm sorry, sir. I really don't know. Anyway.
Alright. So there is a fridge in this area that can work. I don't want to store it in the Whirling in Rags. I've already given them enough problems. Find out the... Check out the... What's that? The commercial building across from the Whirling. Just across from the Whirling. Wait, if I'm... How's my conceptualization again? Can I check this again?
Just an ordinary wall.
Nope. Still can't open that. It is a stubborn door. Yeah, and none of these are going to work on it, sadly. I'm gonna assume I can I wonder what she's got to say.
Trying to sneak up on me again? Trying to snuff me out? Get away, pig!
Nope, nothing new. Alright, let's talk to Joyce about Everard. The info he told us.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
By the way, I've talked to Everard Clare.
You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare?
Finally. Time to choose sides.
He's a beautiful man. Beautiful and just. Everard is a hero of the workers' movement. He's the champion I've sworn fealty to. He's a bloated rainbow socialist. I can do business with him for a socialist. For a socialist, he's reasonable. It's not important if I liked him. I was doing my job. I have the feeling the international community does not approve of him. He's not the champion.
Of course, Detective. Excuse me for implying otherwise.
The RCM does not pick sides in this. I hope it doesn't come off any other way.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt verm myself. However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things.
Yes, your disgusting necktie agrees completely. Let's gossip.
Thank you, Necktie. The money you gave me, would that make things weird if I shared information, I mean?
Weird? Oh no. One of the positive things to come from the revolution is the unhindered exchange of information, you see, even when it comes to trade secrets, which isn't to suggest our talks constitute corporate espionage. Even if they did, it would be fine. But they don't, since you logged the money as a donation, and this is clearly just gossip between friends.
The lieutenant might have, but I don't remember you logging anything as anything, Harry.
Mr. Everard is helping me find my gun.
Oh. That's so helpful of him.
The lieutenant looks at you, and you can swear his jaw muscle is trembling. He's able to contain the anger and surprise. When I said be wacky, I didn't mean wildly, grossly irresponsible and damaging to the RCM.
Yeah, I can imagine he's a bit pissed about that.
Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns. They then go around and tell people about this, to gauge their reactions. It's all part of detecting.
Sorry, Kim.
Incredible.
Mr. Everard...
Simply incredible. And how is it going? Has this detecting produced a gun?
Mr. Everard says it's almost ready to be found soon.
Did he now? Well, then it should be any day now. Unless, of course, he's lying to you. Anyway, was there anything else you've heard? Of course,
Just conclude it.
Should something come up later
I pissed
down the
Kim
road,
off
don't be
badly.
afraid to drop by for a chat. Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
So, what about this alleged drug trafficking?
It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
And let me get this straight. The materials come from Samara to Revachol through the terminal.
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut.
And you want us to investigate?
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrart and the Dockworkers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
The handoff. The motor lorries at the roundabout.
The lorries?
Precisely. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they are vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
Her irises are light green, like the river Esperance in bright daylight, upstream where it's clearer.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
Why didn't you come to the RCM earlier?
We did. On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
Ah, hence the pissing contest about this murder. Got it.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers.
It's no coincidence the lorries are stranded there like that, is it?
No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue. Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable, the weary.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open the drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand.
What proof do you have that the Union is involved?
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
4 months? Whoa!
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
Oh.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000
Yeah.
men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves.
So you think the strike is being funded with source ingredients for the drugs?
Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
We already have some suspicions that one of the drivers was present at the lynching.
The two might even be connected.
Or not. Though, if you have evidence to the contrary, I'm eager to hear it.
As eager as I am to share it, Lieutenant, once the job is done.
She simply nods. She's not even asking you anything.
Of course, Detective.
Okay.
You can always drop by. That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the... Better not tie the...
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her
Okay.
from it.
Another question about reality.
More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
What is...
6 kilometers
Hey.
southwest in the Valley of Dogs, Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again. We always do.
What am I?
You? You're an officer of the RCM.
The Revachol Citizens Militia.
Preciso Mundo.
Good. And what is the Revachol Citizens Militia?
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
Are we?
We are.
You said de facto.
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin.
What do you mean?
The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
All 3 are good to know when we are out policing.
So I'm basically a lackey of capital. So I'm basically a thrall for foreign interests. So I'm basically one of the good guys. So I'm basically going to avoid this subject and ask him the next question in this line of inquiry. I'm gonna say a thrall of foreign interests.
There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent, provisional rulers like it. Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you.
Why?
The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown.
Jesus.
They called it the International Zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility.
Oh.
The RCM restored
So-
peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
Okay. So no one nation really could claim this one plot of land, but when the RCM was able to fix it where the coalition couldn't, they just were like, fuck these guys.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement. Revacholians get to keep the peace in Revachol, and the coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol.
Back to those basic terms of reality then.
And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help.
Ask him to step away while you discuss the Pale.
Good idea. Just ask him. He won't make a scene.
Kim, can I talk to the man one-on-one alone for a second?
Fine.
See? What can he do? You're a grown man.
Now, what is the Pale?
Are you sure you're sure? Your colleague seemed adamant.
Yes, what is the Pale?
Okay. The Pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, Detective. The separative tissue between the islas. It is the inter-islary mass.
Wait, and what is an Isola?
Isla is a Messinian word for a continent of matter, enveloped on all sides by the Pale. Also, isolation, or landmass. We used to believe there was only one. In the last 4 centuries, we have discovered 7. Windy, Seol, Samara, Ilmara, Grad, Katla, and this, Insulinde.
And Insulende is?
An oceanic isla. It comprises mostly of water. Muindi is the largest, Katla the coldest, Insulinde the bluest. What can I say? Each is perishing and dear.
Okay, what is the Pale like?
Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The Pale is the enemy of matter and life. It is not like any other, or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness.
Is it here?
No, Detective. We're safe. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and west. You are in the middle of the Isla.
As your gaze instinctively turns north, a small black pit opens up in your stomach.
6,000 kilometers from the end of the world?
Yes. That is enough. Many cities are built much closer.
And there?
An uproar of matter, darling. Rising into the Pale. Rolling. Evaporating even. A great vision. The area of transition between the world and the Pale is called Porch Collapse. Imagine a grey coronal mist. Cold vapor marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism. A mold that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's the most disco thing you will ever see.
God damn. So it's almost like living on a disco ball. Fuck. So we are literally... It's like the equivalent of living on an event horizon. The Pale is like a black hole. Fuck me, man. What are its physical qualities?
It's difficult to describe, or even measure. Something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological, linguistic. The further into Pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension. Right down to the mathematical. Numbers stop working. No one has yet passed the number barrier. It may be impossible.
So it's, kind of also like the Abyss from Made in Abyss. If we're surrounded by Pale, how do you get from Isola to Isola?
Oh, it is so difficult for us.
A squall of birds. Hardware operating in the harbor. Firm. Self-evident.
It is possible to force dimensions on the Pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path. But it is still hard for humans to navigate the Pale without getting lost, or having our minds damaged.
The Pale can damage the mind?
Extensively.
How so?
Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others argue that Pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading, that it's rarefied past, not rarefied matter.
Rarefied past? What?
They call it the blend over of the self. The Pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past.
So it's like stepping literally through a time machine that's a giant fog? This is... Wow. This is straight up saying, like, yeah, this is our in-universe explanation as to why you're This is a in-universe explanation as to why you're not going anywhere else but Revachol. What does this over-radiation feel like?
It feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travelers to 6 days of Pale exposure per year.
It's more for her. Way more.
You're not a civilian passenger?
No nameless detective of the Citizens Militia. I am a member of the Entropanetic Business Class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of Pale transit annually.
So you even have to train your body to be slightly more resistant to the Pale's effects. That is... Fuck, that is terrifying.
Up to my gills, officer.
And are you over-radiated? What's entropanetic?
Entropanetics is the scientific study of the Pale, or a recent iteration of it by way of Grad. The study of the Pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain.
Did they cross it? The Western Plain?
There are signs of pre-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the Pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years.
I'm facing existential dread right now, knowing that Oblivion is literally just 6,000 kilometers away. And yes, 6,000 kilometers is far, but it's still pretty scary to think about. Like, imagine knowing that... Imagine being told that past the atmosphere of the planet, well, I mean, I guess technically when it comes to space, but past your... Imagine the borders between states or parts of the ocean encompassed by something that literally makes you just have an entire mind-bending alteration to your physical and mental state. It would be horrifying. Oh my god, yeah, this certainly got more heavy than I expected it to. What has entropanetics changed then?
Nothing. We remain powerless before the Pale. The only real advance in Pale transit is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later. Hybrid airships, detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion is suspended. once you've crossed from near pale to far pale. In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end. If we throw them precisely.
If we do not,
Then they don't.
Gone, like a skipping stone beneath the surface.
it's like if the Bermuda... God, it's like if the Bermuda Triangle was real and you had to learn how to navigate it. How much pale is there compared to the world?
The pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more pale than there is matter, and the ratio is slipping.
Oh, slipping how? To our detriment, or...
What do you think, Detective?
It's shrinking. There's more and it's growing. There's more and more of the pale.
Precisely. One of the few measurable effects of the pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate.
Ah.
An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the pale will cover everything. But this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists.
Stay silent.
Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge. I suggest you do the same.
Off we go. You see the hanged man's mouth open.
Off into the wild pale yonder. Oh, that's good.
One and all. They say pale is death, but for the universe.
Why should we just leave, and the world get left behind?
Let us return to reality, please.
Yes, sweet reality. But before we do, tell me, Detective, is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything?
I sometimes sense vague shadows of a past, and it's not good.
Then tell me, what do you think of the pale?
Alright, let's read out these options. It's terrifying. You were right. It's disco. It will end all life. That we continue to persist at all is a testament to our faith in one another. Its advance can only be stopped with immediate and total and ruthless communism. A powerful anti-communist force. Perhaps too powerful, but still, they have it coming. I'm worried. I have to say, it doesn't sound very liberal to me. I don't know how you've all survived with it. It's a huge accomplishment. Who am I to think anything of it? That's a good answer for it, I think. I think that is the answer. She tense. Her eyes tense. Crow's feet radiate from them. She observes you, your bloodshot eyes and swollen face.
You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, Detective. If you don't know even this, then...
This investigation will be my masterpiece. The one they remember me by, I promise.
I hope so. I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague, Kitsuragi. I ran a check on him and he is very competent. In the meanwhile...
Some of that assurance is meant for herself, as much as it's meant for you. She must have a lot on the line here.
Well, she is a part of a logistics involved with the company that is, being struck against.
You have me. I will assist you in any way I can, even if we have to do it one basic term at a time.
Good. You have not passed out from it. Perhaps I worried for nothing. Are we still on the reality lowdown, or should we do actual police work now?
That was fucking insane, Kim.
Yes, well, the rest of us have dealt with it for thousands of years, so...
God, imagine just knowing Oblivion is at your border. Literally. Literally at your... Fuck me. And it's a Oh! I don't blame Kim for not wanting me to hear about it.
You will have to deal with it, too, the lieutenant thinks. This is why I didn't want you to know.
Right. Let's get to work, Lieutenant.
Good luck, detectives.
Whew. Oh, Christ. That was a lot. That was a lot. Like, oh, that was so much. I don't even... Whew. Alright, well, I have a postcard of something that work once I go pawn it. Holy shit. Kim, do you have any input?
Yes?
You seem to be following me.
Excuse me?
Nothing, just an observation.
You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide.
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
What do you want to know?
Now that we've investigated the scene, I want to know more about this pissing competition you mentioned.
What's there to say? It's just stupidity.
What kind of stupidity?
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion.
Ah, so this is a struggle over who runs Martinez.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest, with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
So you volunteered to spoil it.
Yes, I am an unrepentant spoil sport.
Unrepentant spoil sport. That is a good one. What's so special about Martinez?
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
I wonder what this says about me, that I was sent by my station. I was sent here to teach you a lesson in style. There can only be one conclusion. I am the finest we have, a hero cop sent to outperform you in every way imaginable. I must be an augury, an apocalyptic omen sent by my people. Can you guess my message? Don't be scared, but I think I might have supernatural abilities. I probably have an unbelievable kill count. I'm gonna leave why I was sent unspecified.
The silence carries.
Okay, enough competition. Tell me something else.
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
Why did the 41st send me? Convince Kim there's a sexy thing. Why not?
What if you did it?
What? Did what? The Hanged Man?
Yes, you killed him. And then, as part
Titus
of the plan,
told me.
you drowned out the memory. Maybe this is why your chest feels so hollow. You did an awful thing. And you can't even bring yourself to acknowledge it. Are you sure you would have the strength to take down a hardened mercenary? You're not in the best shape.
Kim, I think I may be the murderer. I killed the man and then tricked myself into forgetting about it.
And what has led you to this conclusion?
My chest feels hollow, like I did something terrible.
That is a common side effect of overindulgence. It will pass.
So you're saying I didn't kill him?
I find that highly unlikely. It's not unusual for detectives to feel complicit in a crime until the perpetrator is apprehended, especially when the investigation is dragging. So let's get back to it, shall we?
Why did the 41st send me?
Look at you. It's because
Nice.
you're a failure. They sent you to slight Precinct 57.
No. Yeah, that makes more sense than the other stuff I thought of.
Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late and argues with his necktie. You weren't sent here to win.
We were just sent here to be... Kim was sent to spoil sport the competition, but we were sent to spoil sport Kim. Kim, what if my precinct sent me on this case because I'm a fuck-up? Like, as a joke.
I've considered it.
So it's true.
It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional. But I also think it's somewhat unlikely.
Why's that?
I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win.
Huh, so you are their finest.
I am the finest of nothing.
Do you really see me as a safe bet?
Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet. But it's there. So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did,
Aww.
they're in for a surprise.
Oh.
He's right. There are no airtight theories, just paranoia. You've given it some thought. Now let it go.
Oh, thank you, Kim. That's actually really nice of him to say. That was really nice of him. Oh. I wonder if I can talk to Gaston about Everard now that I've met him. That might be an idea.
Hello again. How can I help you?
Mr. Gunn,
thing.
have people from Everard Clare's union come to track the again?
Maybe. Shady-looking guys came in here yesterday, looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They asked if I have a police weapon to sell. I told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was a trip, but you know, all sorts of people come here, asking for all sorts of things.
Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun.
Interesting. Thanks for the review.
Sure, man.
I have something to sell.
Sure. Let me have a look.
I am not selling him the photo of the corpse.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
There.
Another time, perhaps.
Alright, well now I got a little bit of real. Sadly though, I don't have the amount that I need to pay for another night at the Whirling. But yeah, that was really cool. Kim healed my morale a little bit. I like that. Plastic wrapped macaroni stamped with humanitarian aid. Now then. I wonder if I can talk to that woman about the fridge. Because we need to preserve that body. I want to make sure I get that check that I managed to see.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
I was told that there's a huge fridge in the building's cellar. Can you lead me there?
A fridge? No, I don't know anything about a fridge. Aren't you interested in books?
Lady!
For whatever reason, she's lying to you about the fridge. Seems like you have to find your own way to the cellar.
Farewell for now, book peddler.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over. A couple of spook novels hide amidst all the detective books. Thrilling tales of spycraft and daring do.
Look through the display of books.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends.
That is something that Hot Fuzz apparently was praised for by people who are in the police force, is that a lot of the time cop movies over-exaggerate the super exciting parts, like, oh, getting the bad guys down and all that. But no, a lot of it's paperwork.
What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives.
That's also true, the psychological shit, because, yeah, it can be a hard job, and it can probably be a job that can make you mad very quickly.
Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Oh god, no.
Shelves filled to the brim with...
That'd be my response too. Oh god, no.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Look at the map of Martinez.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor, even the whirling in rags there.
Look at the map of Revachol.
The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East.
And west of the river?
Houdon. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst.
And Martinez?
It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock. The strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest.
So it's kind of like the Rhode Island of this whole area, because, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I imagine Rhode Island is the smallest state in the U.S. Like, it is a blip of a state, if I've seen one.
No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
Look at the map of the Insulinde.
This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme.
What
Ozon,
else?
Laurentide, Fas à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands. All just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white, disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you.
Squint first. Can you see the cities on the islands?
You can. On Caillou, Revachol, a single black star. On Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu. On archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers. On Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas. Lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark.
Look at the edges.
The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seo is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. 850 million people live on these tiny dots. An oceanic world of culture and commerce, torn apart by history.
Storekeeper, can I buy these maps?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
Why is the one from Martinez so cheap?
That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
What happened then?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
Buy the map.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
Alright. Well, that was something. Another boring book. Just discarded here.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Look through the shelf.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
Various paranatural books still litter the shelf.
Storekeep, what are these? What books are these?
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no!
What does she mean by that? Huh? I wonder if I can try to break through the door here again. See, I got a map to interact with.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets. And that's right. Take in your surroundings.
All right.
You need to have a solid ground and a proper posture if you want to succeed.
Check your posture.
Steady breathing. Solid core. You've got this. With one shoulder forward, you're ready to smash into the door like a battering ram.
Check your surroundings.
The room is dimly lit and littered with old barbershop rubbish. But the path to the door is clear.
And the door?
It's made of a solid block of wood, but it has stood there for ages. The hinges are old and coated with a carmine layer of rust. It should be doable.
Physical instrument, right? Do I have something that's good for physical instrument? Yes, I do. Take that. Physical instrument. Electrochemistry. Okay.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in
Damn it.
dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Damn it.
Ow. Shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
Oh god, this really wasn't the best idea, was it?
Are you alright? This looked pretty intense and painful, I must admit.
What is going on there? Are you really trying to break down the back door? I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer.
The checks are
Don't
getting
tempt
better
the
on that.
spirits, or you'll damage the holy wards on the door.
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door, however. It's...
Damn it, that door is stubborn. That is a stubborn fucking door. Alright, well now I got a map, so that's good. And I'll check, and I'll review that map later. What I wonder is, obviously I'm gonna need to get another Nosafed, so I can, you know, heal up. But I also want to check the shirts that this guy may have.
There are clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes, smelling of strangers' body odors.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places. The box smells like cat piss or like an old person with no money.
Economical, but also trendy. Look first-hand, buy second-hand. Keep the economy moving.
Find something that's worth it.
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf.
A windbreaker?
It says, but also wind. Summer. 100% waterproof. And sport. All in different typefaces.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.
Sure.
Gotta prepare for springtime, right?
Sure. Yeah. Composure. Now it's a jacket, right? Yup. What was this for again? Esprit de corps and shiver. Let's go this. I look like a homeless guy. I'm starting to look more and more like a homeless guy.
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slouched.
My magnesium level is fine. I look like an absolute bum. I look completely dumb with this on. I wonder if I can talk to Titus again about it. Something else. Like, if they killed him with the rope or if they killed him with something else.
Can I help you? You're already set for the night. Your door is unlocked.
I can't talk to him about using the Whirling's fridge. That'd be stupid. Hey Titus, you got anything new?
Looks like the circus left him, but the clowns are still here.
Titus does not look particularly happy to see you. I'm not doing that. I want to talk about the hanging again.
Again. Just get the dead guy's autograph, since you're his biggest fan.
Good one, Titus.
No more questions.
About fucking time.
Yeah, I got nothing new. Hey, Combo. How you doing?
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Are you the Hardy girl?
I am not.
You could be, Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
He's right, you know. You're very pretty.
The cold look in her eyes speaks louder than words. She is not amused. It's not her. She's not a Hardy girl. Definitely.
Well, I gained experience, which means... Did I level up? I did. Okay, so I can level up something. What were the checks to make that I really, really want to do? Damage ledger. Oh, I have a map now! Oh, that's fantastic! So now I have a map that's of, like, all of the checks that I can make. Oh, yes! Oh, thank God. That's interfacing. Trash container, Silang. Map wall, that's the interface. Wait, map wall interfacing? I don't know what that one's for. Kuno, cafeteria. Wait, found white checks. Have you seen Come and Learn with Pibby? I don't know what that is. The Hanged Man. So it's a perception check. Oh, I can try the cafeteria window. That's right. It's intriguing. Wish it was a series. Is it a short film or something?
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
It's not time yet. It's probably a late at night thing. Don't let the beginning fool you. Check it out later. Okay. Alright, well, first thing, I'm going to check to see how much the perception thing improved since I leveled it up. All right.
The man is deep. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
It's just a 17 check. No. I'm not checking that until it's late. Until later, but I'm borrowed time on this one.
Have you come to make your offering to Kuno?
Please don't.
The lieutenant.
Don't listen. You can pay tribute.
Alright. Can't do anything with Kuno except either give him the cigarettes. Or except give him the cigarettes. That's it. I can't do anything else. Alright, well, let's see if I can buy a Nosafed for some health.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
I'll take a Dramamine.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
God, that girl is just so checked out of her work. She's clearly just there to occasionally get to buy herself McDonald's on the way home. Or whatever Revachel's McDonald's equivalent is. Like, you know the kind, you know, the teenagers working in a fast food place that are like, sorry, man, I'm really burnt tonight. Alright, so there's a couple drivers to talk to about the drug trade.
Looking for something, Rod? Come to tell me to fuck off again? Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some apples. Fine.
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested.
Oh, not much anymore. The strike. Apples. Fine.
He's given you the
Damn it, no, I meant to...
Not much anymore. Apples. Yeah, apples.
He's given you the runaround.
Damn it. I'm gonna check. Like, this is his truck, right? I want to see if he actually is hauling apples.
Lorry stuck.
Look in the window.
The windows are clear. Fumes of heavy fuel oil waft over you, making your eye...
Likely, yes.
There he is, in front of Rita, smoking. The back end of the cabin is a book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia.
Damn it. Okay, so no on that. What about the other guy? The dude who was smoking earlier.
High-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Wicked, I've always wanted a friend in the underworld.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grodd and the Occident.
So nothing illegal
But we've
then?
been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
So nothing illegal then?
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
That's your machine behind you?
This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
Yeah, these lorries are pretty neat.
Neat. For carrying large quantities of cargo a long distance. These found tracksuits need to find their way to the kids way out in Wamrau and Laurent Bird somehow.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in this lorry. The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Okay, so neither of the drivers have anything to say about the narcotics. If there is anything to say about that. Let's talk to Gaston since I've talked to Everard. See if he's got anything new to say.
Officer, the mist. Sure, officer. Everyone in my...
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history.
The old soldier. There he stands.
Let's try not to get caught.
Lest we leave riddled.
No.
Alright, I guess that's it. Couldn't I check out the billboard as well? Actually, does this guy have anything new?
G'day to you, officers.
God, he's still eating that salami. Must be really good.
A crumpled billboard reading, Samaran Butter. The sign billboard has fallen on the waterlock, keeping it open, and thus out of order.
Ah, okay, so still locked because of visual calculus. Got it. Trying to think of what to do next. I can't take back that level up I did. And I'm 95 points away from leveling up again. I still have the smoker to talk to at 9. Run the number on the victim's armor. Where's the rest of the armor? Cryptozoologist. Oh, that's right, the cleaning lady. I forgot about her. Let's head back there. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Meant to click there, not the menu button. My bad. All right. And actually, before I go talk to the cleaning lady, I'm going to go use the restroom real quick. So give me one moment, everybody. I'm back. Sorry about that, everybody.
Give me a moment.
Didn't find any counterculture people in apartment 10. It was just a real estate agent.
I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them.
I'm sure everything will be fine. This apartment building needs slow change. Imperceptibly slow.
Yes.
Imperceptibly.
Well.
Imperceptibly slow.
I hope they're good people.
I just got an achievement that said the world's most laughable centrist.
Your statements are too vague to comment on.
That is funny. I was just called the world's most... Oh my god. I did not think I would get called out on being a centrist. Like... Jesus Christ, man.
A plaster cast, honestly. He does kind of look like you after all.
Whoever lives here needs to learn how the economy actually works.
I suspect that's exactly what they are trying to do. There aren't many communists around, not after the revolution. Some youth still keep the ideology going, it seems.
Karamazov was a mass murderer. There's nothing cool about keeping his bust on your nightstand.
He was definitely controversial. The tenant here seems to like him. There aren't many communists around, not after the revolution.
Most moss crawls on those bathroom tiles. Actual moss. Ew. Ugh. You have moss crawling on your bathroom, you need to get that shit checked. Stat. Or maybe the bathroom's too far gone. Who knows? Okay. Nothing really new. Alright, I don't think there's a whole lot I can do about the perception check, outside of attempting to level up again, but there's not really a whole lot that can be done about that. I'm thinking maybe I might want to try that, but I'm going to see what calls I can make on the radio first.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Sylvie.
Just a second. Sylvie Malaika on the... Yes. Hello?
Hello, Sylvie. It's the police again.
Oh, great. What else do you need, detective?
Have you seen my badge?
Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law.
My badge is missing. Have you seen it anywhere?
Oh, no. I haven't, sorry.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours?
Not my uniform too. God, I should really look into that. Kim doesn't have a uniform, and he seems real to me.
He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. It's different from not knowing where your uniform is. There are officers who wear the signature Perseus black uniforms to the highest ranks in the RCM and end up buried in them as well.
Have you seen...
Others do it more casually. Looks like you're one of them.
Have you seen my gun?
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective.
I showed you my gun? When did it happen?
You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating and...
Actually, I don't want to know. I don't want to know what happened.
Great. Anything else?
Hey, I found my patrol cloak earlier, but have you seen my policeman uniform?
Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on. The disco things.
I think I got everything I need. Thanks.
You hear the call breaking up on the other end of the radio, and then the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Heard about the serial number?
No. And I doubt they'll get back to me before tomorrow morning. Anything else?
That'll be it.
57th. Oh.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering leads.
Alright. Well, at least we got that part figured out, so she hasn't seen our badge. I could check the, maybe I could talk to Everard again. I don't know. I definitely probably need to split up with Kim for a couple of things.
Yes?
Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange. Okay. I wouldn't imagine that would be important. Nothing new up here to check out. Alright. Yeah, I have not got anything new to really do. And I don't know how to tell Kim to leave or something.
Yes?
I think I'm going to try to talk to Everard again about some things, if there's anything new that can be discussed since I talked to Joyce. Nothing new save for... Was there anything new about the drawer, or was it...
The file cabinet stands. Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everard's plants, sweep office floor, more banners, all items on the list, the drawer slides.
Okay. A giant ass print on the pillow and a pattern of coffee rings on the armrest. Someone is habitually chilling next to the radio.
The already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you pick up.
Really, hearing
the
my name
handset.
did that. All right.
Your fingers run over the dial pad. 005. That's the dialing code for Revachol.
Okay, well I got it.
4952. And a moment of hesitation before entering the final numbers. 993. Calling. Calling. Still calling. Then...
Video Revachol, 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lummy. How may I help you?
The voice of a youngster on the other end sounds as enthusiastic as that of a man walking towards the gallows.
Another person who's just there for the paycheck. What is this place?
Video Revachol is a 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lummy.
Do you know me?
No.
What is this place to me?
Sir, I don't know. It's a video rental. Maybe you rent videos here.
Why did I call you?
Maybe you called to extend your rental period? Do you need to extend your rental period?
My name is Harry Dubois. Do you have anything on my name?
Let me fire up the machine. Dubois. Dubois. Here we are. You haven't rented anything in 5 years, but you still have a copy of Blue Ocean Hell from November 46. Whoa, not a fun film, that one.
What kind of film is that?
It's not an easy watch. After the death of his daughter and subsequent divorce, Ziemsk immigrant Egidius Wojcik tries to come to terms with the onset of dementia. No wonder no one's been missing it. Still, it would be great if you could return it to us. We're on the corner of Voyager and Maine.
The call is terminated by the other party. You're left with the discomforting sound
remembering
of the disconnect tone.
A video rental store. Of all the numbers that he could have, you know, baked into his brain to the point where they're muscle memory, it'd be a video rental store. Huh. All right. Okay. Nothing new over here. Actually, I could also do the pulleys that were over on the controls here. So Measurehead's gone. Oh no, he's still there. He is still there, being his tall master race man self.
A rusting control panel
he's just
with
now
several knobs, 2 buttons.
He still sees our race, the main character's race, as a decline. But he doesn't have a problem with Harry now.
To its hook block. Marsh. On. Arrête. Off.
Press arrête.
The crane stands tall, proud, erect, and still.
Press marsh.
With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
Okay. Oh, did I just make a new path? Did I just make a new path? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, combo.
And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. This crane was built with a purpose, which has now been fulfilled. To move this container.
What's inside the container?
Who can say? All you know is, it's special.
I can't see how that was worth the records, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
He's a machine head. I like that. Alright, well, I can go check out what's in the crate, if possible.
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
Lieutenant, I think there's something special about this container.
Is this like your thing with that wall again?
Maybe. I can't tell. I think we should investigate further.
You do? Because I don't.
Huh? Why not?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
It was just hanging from the crane.
You just picked one out because you wanted to interact with a cargo container. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
Knock on the door.
No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container.
I almost forgot to tell you, Facebook is considering removing the Facebook account requirement on their headsets. The question if there will be another data collector built. Okay, well, that hopefully means that you don't have to have a Facebook account to use an Oculus. That would probably be a big sigh of relief for a lot of people.
You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail.
Mechanically locked.
The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement. You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here.
Terrible rhetoric.
If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
What was something that decreased my rhetoric? Ah, the beanie. Logic. Inland Empire, interfacing. Okay. Anything to boost my rhetoric? Okay. Nope, nothing.
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here.
Nope, nothing new. well, I can always come back to that, which is rad. I want one for RE4 and San Andreas now, not just VR chat, which would also be a blast. I mean, whatever floats the boat, I guess. I'm not gonna say no to VR things. I think it's cool that advancements like that are even happening, but again, as I said before on a previous stream, it just doesn't, it's not my thing.
Container.
The lyrics to this, the accent is so...
Container.
Hi.
Everard. He looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an arsehole for no apparent...
Different strokes for different folks. Exactly, yeah. Like, if people want to do VR and see the merits in it, that's fine, but I'm of the mind that... This is the best way I'll put it. If it's at a convention, I'll watch people play it, maybe try it once or twice, but not actually get a headset myself. Maybe I'll play some Beat Saber or something, I don't know. Or one of those weird VR jank headsets where it's like a headset and those weird running trackpad things where you run on it and it's supposed to have you run in-game. I don't know what those are called, but they exist.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
What's with you people with you in scabs?
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
Did you get any tots today? Tots? Like tater tots? That's a really random question.
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
What's in that container over there?
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Told you.
Are you the Leo who wrote the note to make more banners?
Oh, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
Oh, trick or treats. Okay. No, have not got any trick or treats yet. I mean, I wouldn't imagine that would happen right now. It's not even Halloween yet, but I mean, who knows? Maybe some people really want to jump on it early or something, but I'm not going to be expecting any more trick or treat. I'm not going to be expecting trick or treats until the day comes. What was that about the borscht?
Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
What do you mean by taking this soup to the men? Is it for striking?
Yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the Whirling in Rags.
Hold on, who makes it at the Whirling in Rags?
Oh, the Whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
Something is off about the borscht. I'm looking into it.
Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
He didn't actually understand what you meant, and now he's just nodding along.
Where is everyone? The harbor's empty.
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
God damn.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Evrard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Evrard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
What trouble did Titus and his friends get into?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
Really? Did they kill someone?
No, I don't think they killed anyone. Let's better talk about something else. Titus and his boys do good work. I don't want to get them in trouble over a little
Imagining
drinking.
an alternative universe where the tater tots appearing randomly throughout the day is the norm. Yeah, kind of like that one episode of SpongeBob where he's like fearful of the Krabby Patties and everybody starts transforming into them. Do you work here?
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo. I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those douce sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio.
What is that accent? Is it supposed to be Scottish?
But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes I am, yes I am.
Stay on this Miss Beaufort topic.
Who is this Miss Beaufort you mentioned?
Oh, Lizzie. She is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly. But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood, knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure.
For a fraction of a second, there's sadness in his eyes.
If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years, she has.
He sighs and falls silent, watching you meekly with his blue little eyes.
Law school? Could she be talking about the Union Fixer, aka the gardener?
Okay, so this is the Union Fixer, the gardener.
Looks like it.
I'm not sure what a fixer is, but she is a real nice girl. Smart as a whip, too.
What are you doing with the containers?
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am, yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
What's going on here?
The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountains rising behind Leo is all red in Union colors. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core.
I will find it really weird if I find a kid dressed as a tater tot for Halloween doing trick-or-treating. Because then I'll look at this conversation on stream and just say, God damn it.
There appear to be cisterns underneath the Union container covers.
This looks like a massive redecorating operation, Kim.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debarders Union logo on them.
Leo, has anyone told you why you need to change the covers?
No, not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them to everyone.
What is underneath these red covers?
Oh, I don't know, mister. They say it's some chemicals. Most of them have labels on them, I think.
Ah, thanks, Leo. You've been very helpful.
Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all.
You're Yubi, right?
Oh, yes. Born and raised in Arish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors.
You gotta work on heights for months to sit over a deep drop like that casually. Yeah. I mean, it's the similar vein to, like, you know those old construction photos where you see construction workers just sitting on I-beams, like stories upon stories in the air with their lunch, just casually chatting and sitting while they're precariously balanced on that. No support whatsoever. God, I cannot do that. I would be so dizzy. I would be shaking and sweating like a madman.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
All right, I'm off.
Bye now.
Well, chemicals, eh? Everard, you got anything to say about that? Unless they were bird people or supermen. No, I just don't think that would, no.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
What's in the container that's outside your office?
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor.
Wow, what a face.
I
Yeah, look at
couldn't
that.
Possibly remember what's in all of them.
Yeah, he's like the Penguin mixed with Fat Bastard from Austin Powers. I told you. That's what I said in the previous stream when I first met him. There's something special about it. It was attached to the Cavalson crane.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Rhetoric is asking me to actually talk to the container into opening. I'm looking into your shady brew.
I don't know what that means, Harry. Shady brew? There are so many moving parts in my operation, I can't keep track of them all. You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it. Surprise me. Just one thing. If you can, make it even shadier.
He sincerely has no idea what you were talking about. And he doesn't care either.
I'm reconsidering opening that door he asked me to open. Okay.
See you soon, Debardeur.
Alright, well, good to know that at the very least, got something narrowed down about the special borscht and about the container. But yeah, that is certainly an NPC. Looks like the Batman Penguin from the 80s, and combined with, as I said, Fat Bastard. Now then, let's see if we can smooth talk it open.
Back before the cargo container.
No.
Its draw has not lessened since you were last here.
Nope. Doesn't look like it. Alright, well let's order the special borscht, if we can. And yeah, just kind of figure out what's the deal with that. And yeah, it looks like the Yubi guy is a pretty chatty Cathy. Alright. Actually, wait. Good tip, menu screen. I didn't even think of that. Why didn't I think of that? Like, I was using the pry bar to try doors and shit earlier. Why didn't I use them on the... I'm dumb. I just looked him up. The hairstyle kind of reminds me of a sumo wrestler. Oh yeah, well, I mean, that was meant to be... He was kind of parodying sumo wrestlers and being a purposefully awful wire-fu, I think is what it is once referred to as. I could be wrong, but it's like what they would use for the really flowy and more acrobatic things in movies like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon and stuff like that.
Before the cargo container.
Okay, nope, can't do that. Even with tools. And that's Michael Myers playing that character, by the way. He played, I think in the Austin Powers series, I know he played Dr. Evil and Austin Powers, but I think he was also Fat Bastard too. Yeah. See, Measurehead is still here.
Your race descent has temporarily halted, but you will fall again.
Temporarily halted. He's like, okay, I admit, the way you roundhouse kicked me was pretty badass, but you have only surmised yourself a little bit.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
Labor you was nice enough.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Any idea who killed the hangman?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
The merc was hanged with a very specific type of cargo belt, one often used in heavy transportation areas.
What a thought. Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
Pushed how?
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
What does that mean?
He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Did you kill him?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search.
Alright. So that's where I could have gotten some more hints about Titus, but Titus just outright admitted to me that he killed him. That he and his guys killed him.
Right to work!
What's it to you? Am I a suspect? Done no crimes. I only fight for the rights of people.
The man has turned his attention elsewhere.
Honest men, we came here.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big? When a bunch of ungrape beats me.
When the man moves, there's something odd in the way. His shirt is far too small. He ignores your silence is the answer. There's something off here.
Okay. Yeah, nothing new for him. Sorry for yawning. It's been just been a real sleepy Saturday. Wonder if we can say anything new to Lizzie about what Leo told us.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Are you Lizzie? Are you Lizzie Elizabeth Miss Beaufort?
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus Hardy.
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes. In the way she stands. In her face. You caught her off guard. Push her some more.
Easy Leo told me about you. He likes to talk a lot.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here to question these men.
You set the pace and the topic of these conversations here. Establish that.
He said Mr. Everard sent you to law school.
I represent the union and these men here. Don't make this personal.
A very minor victory.
I suggest...
Even though you caught her off guard. Push her some...
You are not...
You set the pace and the topic of these conversations here. Establish that.
He said you're Miss Everard's dude de Secours death machine.
He said no such thing. This isn't about me.
Calm down, everyone. Let's stay professional.
Dirty tactics, officer.
I said...
Even though you caught her off guard.
You are not here to...
You set the pace and the topic
he said
of
you were
these
in debt to
conversations here. Establish that.
He said you were in debt to Mr. Clare.
I represent the union.
A very minor.
I suggest...
Even though you caught her off guard.
You are not...
You set the pace and the top...
I am a legal counsel. Don't...
A very minor victory. It's clear you like the hard stuff, Broter.
Broter. The what? Sounds like my... What is my lower intestine going on about?
Lower intestine? The term is metabolic and circulatory system.
Okay, but what's the hard stuff?
Fascism, Brota.
Huh? What is fascism, though?
Many things, but it's mostly about trusting your gut. Who does your gut tell you is the source of Revachel's problems?
I thought you were my circulatory system.
Quit stalling, Bruta. We're talking about the weakest, worst, most insane thing. The weak link.
Financiers?
Yes, them. But also, women.
Women?
Women. Men of war. You don't like them. They're insane. Their idiocy needs to be scrubbed off this world with rubbing alcohol. Woo men need to go back to the fucking kitchen.
I'm gonna discard this
That's
thought
what
right
fascism
now.
boils down to. The rest is also important. But the main thing is that woo men need to know their place.
Am I having some kind of stomach seizure?
Stomach truth. You're having a stomach truth.
My stomach is telling me to be a fascist. Why am I getting this?
Because you've said the hard things that others won't say. The good things, you've said them many times.
Fascism sounds bad, though. What if we call this something else, like traditionalism?
Okay, yes, let's call it that. Good thinking.
Oh,
You're going to keep your vooz, right? Keep your vooz, Brota.
Absolutely not. I am not going to be played by an upset stomach.
There's a slow, painful growl somewhere in your intestines, knocking on your alcohol-engorged liver. It is one of betrayal and disappointment.
I cannot believe my gut literally just made me try to be a traditionalist. Wow.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Leo said you're friends with Manana. Is that true?
The mention of Manana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again. They're friends.
What is in that borscht you're making there?
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his, and then seems to wait for you to speak.
Sorry, I don't understand you.
Just one word. Sounds quizzical. Then he awaits your answer, with his brow arched.
Yes.
Borscht need more vodka?
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Vodka borscht! I love it, Bratan! Turn it the fuck up and then ask for some yourself!
Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg.
So he's cooking the borscht with vodka. Ugh. I'll leave the cooking to you. I have business.
The cook gives you a long, inspecting look, then shrugs too, and seems to wait for you to speak.
I'm gonna hold off on that. Wow. So the borscht is... I was thinking like, oh no, there's drugs in the borscht. Nope, it's vodka.
Still the door.
Nope, it's vodka in the borscht. Fucking hell, man. Do I have any new things to internalize? Nothing. Well, that was interesting. My intestines were trying to make me into a traditionalist, and I found out that there's a borscht that has vodka in it. Kind of weird that it was able to just be like, yeah, there's vodka in the borscht. Alright. How's my experience looking? Not getting there. I don't know if I should go for the perception check or not. I mean, I want to ram the door to see if I can actually get a fridge. That'd be really, really useful. It'd be really good to do that.
A heavy door with a That's right. Steady breathing. The room it's made of a solid block of wood.
Alright, can't... Nope, I have to put skill points into pain threshold. And I doubt that's gonna happen anytime soon. What is over here? Gift books and molten candy.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Heimdall somewhere. Rows and rows of Heimdall men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Heimdall, Return to Heimdall. And the solipsistic Man from Heimdall and the Heimdall Man.
Good God, how many are there?
Maybe 100. Man from Heimdall and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Heimdall and the false god. Man from Heimdall and the scorched earth. Man from Heimdall, the Heimdall colonies. Man from Heimdall and the swamp beast.
Is this AU Harry Potter? It's Conan Harry Potter. Potter? It's Conan Harry Potter. Is that all?
Not even close. Man from Heimdall in hell. Man from Heimdall and the forest of slaves. Man from Heimdall under the lake. Man from Heimdall, Heimdall burning. There's even The Trial of Death, a pastoral combat gamebook set in the world of Heimdall Man, and so much more.
Oh my God, this fucking game is written in its own fictitious tabletop game. Wow. Do any of the books call out to me?
A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching.
Ow!
Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular Man from Heimdall in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man. She's laughing at him, belittling him. Between the throne and the Heimdall Man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Heimdall and the Devil Woman.
Interesting.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Heimdall novels.
I'm gonna hold off on that if it's 9 real. What's over here?
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Look through the pile of Wirral-related items.
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure gamebook titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books?
Anything really catch my eye?
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real. That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement, so it makes sense. Nonsense for anemic Beano clods.
That is a fucking... Ooh, I don't like that word. Alright, so... Learned about a big-ass AU that they have that's basically Conan the Barbarian as a gigantic saga of books. Does that girl have anything... Does she have anything new to say?
Hello again, sir. No, sir, I can't. It would be too tiring to refrain from it. It's already tiring enough to remember to say it all the time. It's nice of you to say I could stop, though.
I get you. I, for example, can't stop making this face.
That's a friendly enough face, most of the time.
Alright. Now then, I've got a crowbar, Commodore Red.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez.
Let's take a look at
with
this map.
Directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner.
Trace a path through the grid.
Your finger moves through the various streets. Across Rue de Saint-Gislain.
Half of this game is going to be you trying to unfreeze your face. Yeah.
Over Saint-Brun.
Yeah, might as well.
And Martinez North. Finally, coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing. Although the map gives no such indication itself.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and select the map tab.
Okay. And what is... Is this the book about communism? Yes, it is.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover.
Why Friesel?
Because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see.
Flip through the pages, see what catches your eye.
To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white. After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections. International developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note.
Read the editor's note.
Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, Du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turn to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée. Unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel, La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers. Only 4 issues in, and it sounds like they've already alienated their readership.
Ow. So, yeah, they attempt to tell the truth, and people didn't like the truth.
So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors.
Play it cool, pretend everything's in order.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Jesus Christ. A communist magazine, that's certainly something. Alright. I have only 1 Real 80, so it's not like I can really get anything else. I can check the sunglasses, because they're right here.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guarantee.
Rummage through the box.
These are all boring. Boring third-rate ho-hum sunglasses made of cheap Syrahese plastic. The kind of plastic that melts in the sun. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show. If anything, these lenses probably direct more UV light into your pupils. A UV magnifier.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, super material, very cool. UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes safe and cool while doing your dangerous police work.
Try the conceptualization.
No luck.
Damn.
All you find is this lime-colored cellophane visor, produced by a bargain sportswear brand called Amphibian, apparently. There's a malformed green frog on its bent cap.
Oh, that visor is perfect for you, officer. It'll definitely keep the sun out of your eyes while you're shooting. You don't like it? Sure, Square Joe. No problem. Let's get you some real shades.
Oh, but it's a +1 to perception though, but it's 6 real, so I can't afford it. Damn it. This says speakers from the people of Samara. All right. Well, that's pretty funny. The fact that a dumb-looking visor like that actually increases my perception. Excuse the squeakiness of the chair, I was just leaning back. Correct my posture a little bit. I wonder, when is the right time to check this window?
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling-height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
Nope, still can't check it. Malformed toad. Yeah. It increases perception. That's the thing, is that when it comes to fashion versus gameplay usage, it's almost like you can't exactly... You're gonna look like an idiot sometimes when it comes to certain stats, but like, you know, if it increases your stats well enough, might as well dress like an idiot.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
At the autopsy, you look like an MLP character with all that good stuff. Yeah, might as well. At the autopsy, you said you have an ancient mysteries.
Oh yes, Kobo mi Lobo. In the gift horse's mouth. Tracts and wakes and waterways.
Oh, he's talking?
Ancient materials buried.
Not necessarily. It's kind of like a both yes and no thing. The dead body isn't talking. It's more like your mind getting signals and interpretations from the dead body. Does that make sense? It's the same way in how the necktie can talk to me. Yeah, but to where, brother?
Just a small gulp away, my beloved Kobo. A small gulp away. Come back later, Kobo.
Look in the
Amuse
mouth.
yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features.
You're reading
If
him like a book?
possible.
Essentially, yeah.
Also, see me in your dreams.
So it's in the mouth.
Shoot, Looney Rooney. Come back later, Kopo.
Did a lot.
Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features.
Okay. Well, that did something. You have anything new, Kuno?
Have you come to make your offering to Kuno?
Because I do not want to take a risk on making a dice roll at like a 23% chance. I've been getting successes at the 50s, but I am not pushing my luck that far. Actually, what I wonder is, can I try anything with the expression since I've leveled up a little bit? Or is that where I have to specifically put a skill point into something? I'm gonna check that, actually.
A mirror hangs on the...
Words fail to describe how rank the smell is in here. They should have sent a poet.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
Damn it, can't check it.
In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Still can't check it. Get Edgar Allan? Yeah. Yeah, get Edgar Allan to describe how awfully you've trashed a hotel room. He'd probably just walk in there and be like, what is this weird music? What is a hotel? Ooh, all right. What I'm going to do next, I think I'm going to try talking to Everard again. And if I open up that door thing that he mentioned earlier... Actually, maybe I could tell Joyce that they're putting vodka in the borscht? If that has anything that could help? I don't fucking know. Joyce, do you have anything new for me?
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Oh? Of course, Detective. The lorries are still stuck at the Roundup, yes?
Oh, it's because I didn't accept the case yet. Oh.
I'm very sad to... In the meantime, I'll still try to assist you in any way I can. That's the man who was killed. Better not tie the force day.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keep...
Of course.
Happened to the electron... Happened to the electrons.
I'm glad you asked.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter, indeed, the point of...
Thank you for your concern, man.
Of course.
Okay,
Don't
still
tell
nothing.
Her you've met Everard right away. This time.
Except that she already knows. All right. What are some things I can do? Smoke around the balcony. That is weird that I'm still missing my badge. Found out about my gun more than I found about my badge. Really weird. Actually, we haven't tried these Viewmasters yet.
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the focus knob to zoom in if necessary. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
What's the tourist attraction doing here?
There was a revitalization project in 49.
Ah, yeah, what they mentioned earlier about
to its pre-war glory. It didn't stick.
What
They
happened?
got as far as the street lamps and that statue on the intersection before something went sour. I suspect it was Evrard Skler's doing. He muscled them out. It's how it usually goes around here.
The lieutenant adjusts his collar. Your money disappears into the coin slot. A clunk, the ring of metal. The curtains on the display open. You lean in to catch the view. It's blurry, different blues and greens. In the middle of the shimmer stands a drab grey shape, like a ghost. The lenses shift. The ghost sharpens into an islet in the bay. In the ruins, a man-made structure is visible. A half-sunken sea fort. Its concrete almost reconquered by nature. It looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago. Nothing but a rotten tooth remains of the anti-aircraft tower. A lonely birch tree grows out of it. Its leaves ripped from it by the winter wind.
Are there ruins of some kind of building there?
Really? I don't have the eyesight to make it out.
Hang in there, little one.
The little brave birch tree seems to wave back in the wind.
What about this one?
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
Poor little viewer.
The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic.
Look inside.
A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk, written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards. That's Kuno on the lens. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it,
his bed,
a
musty
church
with
on stilts,
pillows
lanky
crusty, with
weather-worn wooden
roaches
planks,
pouring
an
from the
X-shaped
floor
cross
with walls
topping
bleak and
its
barren,
tower.
present in the apartment I will be nevermore. Oh god, dude, Combo, that was really well done. That was actually really well done. Good one, you, Combo.
The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows. Around the large wooden building, you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small tent set up on the ice.
Vandalism. Shake
Probably
your head.
some kids.
A simple but clever solution to ruin in a coin-operated viewer. It took ingenuity.
Oh, what's over here? Hey, there we are. Got some money. Not enough to be able to really get anything, but money nonetheless. But yeah, good line there, Combo. One step into the apartment and he starts frantically scribbling. Yeah, like he's holding back the continuous gags that he could be making. Like his gag reflex is trying its damnedest on him, and he's just scribbling down furiously and sweating bullets. Oh, I forgot. There was that little container that was near the edge of the apartment area. I'm gonna check that real quick. Oh, what's that? The curtains shifts just a little. Someone is watching from within. Alright, what is this? Pry bar? Hey, look at that. Damn it. Still can't get that open. Alright, well now I have... Hey, I've got 420 real. Legalize. Half-life mode disabled. Yeah, console commands, no clipping. Just go through. Trying to think of what else could be done in the time that I'm doing. And I can't open this door, right? No.
An old call box with an off-key melody starts playing after you ring the doorbell. Then a woman picks up the receiver.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games.
This is the police. Please open the door.
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken.
I bet Kim got a nice apartment.
You won't be on the list anymore, so I can't help you. Please don't call here again. Thanks.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead.
Okay. I bet Kim's got a nice apartment. Kim doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that would have a really fancy apartment, but he probably would have a pretty decent apartment. Not fancy, not squalid, but serviceable.
You ring the doorbell, but no one answers. What an ominous name for a hair salon. Doesn't bode well for anyone's hair.
Artembite boxing for young athletes in gym.
All you hear is static, but no one answers the call.
24-hour window.
You ring the doorbell, but nothing happens.
Emma's fashion atelier.
You wait for a minute or two, but all you get from the call box is silence.
Fabron's...
No one answers the call.
Fabron's taxi.
Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. The doorbell doesn't work anymore.
Slipstream SCA.
You hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds as if someone has picked up the receiver, but isn't saying anything. You can almost hear them breathe.
Hello, is anyone there?
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order?
She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder. A receiver must not be working properly.
Hold on, Tricentennial Electrics. I thought I was calling Slipstream SCA.
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
Sorry?
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice.
No. Something's wrong here. Are you sure she's talking to you?
Do we know each other?
Michelle, just please.
What?
Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care.
Michelle? My name's not Michelle, I'm Harry.
Ever since I came to work here, it's different. As if my mind's been wiped clean.
A spot of static overrides her words. When she speaks again, it sounds like she's submerged.
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally forget.
Forget about what?
She sounds like she's about to cry.
Hello?
She doesn't answer.
Hey, are you still there?
Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay.
What the fuck just happened?
Another seagull passes by. It's getting cold standing here, staring at the silent call box.
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
All right, goodbye then.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read.
It must have been a pre-recorded message. That was really creepy. That was creepy. Oh, that legitimately was really creepy. All right, Volition, what have you got for me?
No.
Oh, fuck
Hold
off.
on. The last thing you need in your life is more hysteric emotions. Forget it. Find something else to do.
Fortress Accident SCA.
Silence. No one's home at Fortress Accident.
What about Revachol Ice City?
Silence. No one answers the doorbell.
Main Hall, Building B, whirling in rags.
Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you.
Okay.
This button looks new, but...
This button looks new.
All right. Oh, man. That was legitimately creepy. Like even if it was just a recording, just having somebody just refer to you as another person and sound like they're being drowned in as they're calling you is... Oh, that was unnerving. Good job, game. You managed to creep me out.
Behind the dock workers, a seat.
Damn it. Still can't fucking... I'm guessing I can't check that until nighttime. Now, the other thing is... I can check the body, but there's not really anything else I can do but try that really high perception check, or just let the body be shipped off.
The trash containers. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you.
Is there anything else that'd be different in
You see
here?
soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste. You see, you've done this before. A box falls into pieces in your hands. There's nothing more of interest. There's nothing more. The container sounds a muffled
Yeah,
gong.
nothing new. All right. Is there anything new about the footprints or something?
What do you see?
Nothing. Been through everything. All right, and it is now currently 8 p.m. no, 7 p.m. in the day. Yeah, there's nothing else that can really be done. Can I talk to Titus about the
Looks
vodka?
like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Establish authority. I can't do that.
Starting from the sitting across, and then the M in the far corner, on his neck. Forget it. It's not important. Let's call this one the musician. Size, foot in the mid. In conclusion, exactly.
The fuck is with you, fella?
Here's some clips from Pibby. I can see why so many people want it to become a series. I'll check that in a minute. I'll check that later.
Again.
Good one, Titus.
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real.
Didn't they teach you?
The autopsy showed there were no ligature marks. His hands were not tied. Can you explain that?
Look, I'm not gonna play 20 questions with you, capo. I'll say it again. We killed him.
Yeah, I knocked him out. Came up behind him and clapped him in the back of the head. He went down like a sack of sand.
That's right, lawman. And then we hanged the fuck.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first. Then see if it all adds up.
Mr. Tats, what did you use to knock out the victim?
My fucking elbow, Copper. Samaran boxing style.
Where did all this action take place?
Right fucking here. Eugene already told you that the fuck had started coming to our bar.
Yeah, man. Weren't you listening?
How'd you manage to overpower him?
With numbers, asshole.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Like what, Copper? Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive. So am I. Now, how about you get the fuck out of my town?
Are you deaf? Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest...
Who do you fucking think does?
It's the 8th Hardy Boy, the one who's missing, the big dick.
Titus, no one was thinking...
No. Fuck no! The big dick is right here, asshole. You're looking at it. Right. Fucking here.
Disregard the outburst, officer. None of the boys have any comments on their power relations.
Ah,
Last
so there's
night,
even
they
power
acted as
relations
one.
problems in their
That's
little
all.
faction.
Why? 'Cause so am I. Now, how about...
Are you deaf? Do you think you could do that?
Who do you fucking think does?
Efrot.
You keep him the fuck out of this. We have autonomy. It's our
Got it. So the Hardy Boys are like a subset of the
runs
Union.
I run the Hardy Boys.
When the shit starts spinning, it will not land on Mr.
Okay,
Clare.
got it.
That's the deal here. The Fixer will ignore the notion completely, focusing on Titus's culpability.
When Titus Hardy says he runs the Hardy Boys, he means that in an administrative capacity. On that night, everyone acted as one man.
About fucking time.
I don't have good authority. I don't think I can be able to intimidate this man. I mean, this man looks like he could intimidate Measurehead, and I mean that literal, like pretty much like in the best way possible. Esprit de corps. Yeah, nothing that can boost authority. You have anything new I can
I've got
talk to you
nothing
about?
to say to you. What are we going to do to you?
You were specifically asked not to say that, and then you said...
The Union isn't going to do anything to you.
God.
If anything, it is the RCM who do.
Alright, I just did that for the experience points, more than anything. Nothing new, besides some people that are hanging out here. But yeah, Titus definitely has a voice. That's the kind of voice of somebody who smoked for 30 years of their life and started at like 12 or something.
You goddamn right. My name is Titus Hardy, and I'm the giant penis in the room. I like to drink beer at 9 in the morning and hang out with my guys.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling...
Still not time yet. Damn.
Y'all ever seen a truck try to drive with an entire log cabin on the tow end? It's pure poetry, that motion.
Yeah, she is nowhere near where I am. And there's no thing that I can do to have the lieutenant just wait?
Yes? What do you want to know? You mean like a brief? Do you want me to... There's no reason to wing 3 days ago, during that time. Okay then. Was there any... Good. What about me? That's because I'm half Zeolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you you're barking up the wrong tree. Good.
Okay. Maybe I can pass the time with another look at that magazine.
The Face of King Free. This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade.
I realize this isn't exactly the most riveting stuff, but I am very invested in this.
And the Free State of Seminine. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border. Something about bear wrestling in Samara. Book riots in Yugograd. Face it, you really aren't interested in foreign affairs. You're not even sure where most of these countries are. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you. It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts.
I can tell.
And culture.
Yeah, I mean, they really built a world here. This is a world that the developers and writers painstakingly wrote into existence, and it shows.
Why they decided to title this one section in Valda is beyond you. It evokes a sense of recognition and fellowship among those privileged enough to understand. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective.
Read the profile of CS.
This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A, made all the briefer by the subject's evident hostility to her interviewer.
Jesus. All right, just a moment. What is Tip Top Tournée? I can't imagine how long the recording for VA took. This game came out in 2019. So, when did the Final Cut version come out, actually? That's something that Disco Elysium. The initial release of Disco Elysium was in 2019. And the Final Cut version must have come out earlier this year, I think. Right? March 30th. Okay, so March 30th from this year. So, Disco Elysium, because remember, this is not the initial version of the game. The first version of the game came out, and all of this text was not voiced. So full voice acting came in after the full game was done. So, Christ, imagine having to read all of this. There are some things here that I could probably never be able to pronounce, so the voice acting is very much appreciated.
The actual article is surprisingly light on details, but after skimming a page or two, you gather that it has something to do with motor carriage racing.
Methinks that maybe 2 years does sound like it'd be the appropriate amount of time to get a huge amount of recording done. Because, let's face it, there are a lot of anime dub episodes that get done pretty fast and loose in terms of the content and recording in which it's done. Because, let's face it, voiceover performance, though it does not have as many of... It has its challenges, but not as many challenges as something like live-action acting. Like, let's face it, filming The Witcher was definitely a more difficult endeavor for the live-action cast as opposed to voicing the characters in a video game. Because voice recordings can be done in isolation, and depending on how the director wants the take, they can be done very quickly, or they can take a full day to get done right. Who knows?
If you don't follow it, you only ever hear about the ludicrous sponsorships and obscene death toll.
All right, let's see what these communists have to say about Tip Top.
You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colorful drivers. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tourney.
What's wrong with Tip Top?
Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships. And then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes.
Hang on, who wrote this stuff?
Oddly enough, this article has 2 bylines. Nasteb Encolada Bernal and Exilus Buka. There's no way those are real names.
Wait, why aren't they real names?
Have you ever met anyone named Exilus? Come on, they're plainly pseudonyms.
TikTok. Yes, the communist magazine wants to completely dismantle the political wrongdoings of TikTok. Revacholian TikTok. What's so bad about sponsorships?
Under capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure, even one as elemental as the joy of racing others around a track, is reduced to an advertising opportunity. Thus, the so-called tourney becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. Your discount laundry detergent racing against a pack of Astra cigarettes, or even a Fritta.
I mean, that is fair. How annoying is it whenever you're enjoying a movie and then you see a fucking sponsored ad or some kind of product placement in the movie, and you're just like, really?
And that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest.
So the crashes are the only reason why people watch the races.
At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
Wow, you're right. I really am just in it for the violence.
You see, one cannot avoid the conclusion that Tip Top Tourney is simply the apotheosis of spectacular entertainment under capitalism.
Kim, this article says that no one really watches Tip Top Tourney for the races.
Oh, come on. Can this article read your mind?
It seems to think so.
A certain kind of young man reads 1 or 2 books and suddenly thinks he understands the secret structures of reality. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of
all right, man. See ya, Combo. Hope you have a good rest of your night, man. Let's see what they mean by local concerns.
Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers' strike. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. First we take Martinez, then we take La Delta. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Cape Side apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
If it weren't for Wild Pines, all those moochers would be out of a job. Damn communists should have killed a lot of them when they had the chance. Charging rent just to live somewhere is pretty outrageous. Wouldn't it be better for everyone if labor and capital can reach some sort of reasonable accommodation?
According to these editorials, there can be no accommodation with the forces of international capital or their mucilaginous allies. Why do communists love puerile insults? And they wonder why they're always being left out in the cold.
They do. It does seem like the language comes across as very snooty.
You flip back to the front of the magazine.
All right. Well, I got through all the magazine there.
An intricate web, the pattern still kind of for you to discover.
All right. Nothing new about that. Nothing new. Can I check the window now? Because, I guess I have to use wait until nighttime or something before I can really see the window.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling.
Still nothing. God damn it. Maybe I could talk to her.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
Is your husband some kind of scientist?
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
What is a cryptozoologist?
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
Oh, so the kind of people that would try to prove that the Jersey Devil is real.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
She's used to playing off such insults casually.
Oh,
but they still
Kim,
affect her.
don't be rude.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
Maybe be able to have her tell you about some of the cool cryptids.
You're an enthusiastic idiot, but you're still an idiot.
Oh my god. I want to know everything about cryptids. Living cryptids, extinct cryptids, marine cryptids, land cryptids. Bring it on!
We don't have time for Cryptozoology 101. Let's get back to work, shall we?
That's all for now, ma'am. It probably isn't until about 8 or so that's the time for the window, right? Now let's see.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
The food packages you're selling have humanitarian aid written on them. How come?
You mean these delicious pre-packaged shelf-stable meal kits? Really easy to cook, no hassle, really cheap too. Buy some, try them out.
I think one said not for resale on the packaging.
No problem here, officer. I get all this from one of my suppliers, an extremely reputable guy.
Does your supplier drive that Humanox lorry over there?
What? Look, officer, I'm just a retailer. You'd have to talk to my supplier if you got questions about the supply chain. That's how the game works.
Interesting.
We'll need more if we're going to pin this one down, he thinks. Good questions, though. Sharp eyes, officer.
It's over here. People have meant
Everything's still cool here, officer. You mean these delicious pre-packaged shelf-stable meal kits?
Don't play games with
Really
me,
easy to
Hawker.
cook.
What's going on?
No problem here, officer.
And who's
I
your
get
supplier
all-
exactly?
Oh, he's a good guy.
Interesting.
We'll need more if we're going.
Okay. Still a roundabout way of getting to the same conclusion. Well, now it's 8 p.m. I think it's this guy. Right?
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam. High-grade narcotics. Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. They usually get shipped to...
The man.
Nope, nothing there. Now it's 8 p.m. Now then. Can I now check the fucking thing to see if it helps?
Behind the dockworkers.
God damn it!
Tight window. The hawthorn bright.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Is there anything else to be able to discuss about the...
Again,
Good.
We hanged him up.
Didn't they teach
The autopsy showed.
Yeah, that's right.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
My fucking elbow, Copper. Summer unboxing style.
Like what? About fucking time.
No, authority's really low for that. I'm not going to try that check. That's too risky. It feels like 9 p.m. kind of is the start date for a lot of this stuff. Or the start time, I mean. Oh, right-clicking unveils the Halo thing. Okay, got it. Part of me wants to check the window right now, but I've got a -12 to look out it. And that's not good.
Behind the dock workers.
No, still nothing. Still nothing from that guy. Alright, I'm gonna check the apartment again to see if whether or not I can actually, you know, access it. And I'm guessing I can't check the wall.
Just an ordinary wall.
Nope. Can't. Didn't think so. All right. Nothing really new to interact with. Because the greatest...
Browsing through your educational survey is done. Did you catch any of that? Probably for the best.
Yeah, okay, that would just have gotten me another quiz.
A crinkled chewing gum wrapper. The worn label reads, "Good question, drawn by regret. Stop before you hurt yourself with a Tutti Frutti wrapper. You carefully fold..."
I'm gonna fucking throw this
Crinkled
away.
chewing gum. Good question. Drawn by regret. Good question. Drawn by regret. You carefully...
Why do I have it? Fucking weird, man.
This door is no one answered.
We should return in the evening. At 9 p.m. the earliest.
Damn it. Still 9 p.m., huh? Alright. I can't jerry-rig that to open. I want to at least get that 9 p.m. conversation before I end the stream. If I can do that, then I'll be good. But yeah, it seems like something in the dead man's gullet might have killed him. Now, does Cindy the Skull have anything new to say? Because Everard unlocked a lot of different kind of conversations. And Titus seems like the kind of guy that does not like having his authority questioned, but he's not the one who was responsible for having the killing happen.
Hello again, officers.
Have you come to admire my mural?
The lieutenant is dead. Hatred, the woman on the boat.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
You mean Joyce?
On a first-name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world.
Hold on, what's ozone?
It's where they grow whores like her. And their whoremen.
Why all the negativity?
Have you got a crush on her? Aching for an opportunity to defend her honor.
Do you know anything about the recent murder?
I ain't no
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
What are you doing? Alright. Nothing new from her. Okay then. Oh, what's that? I didn't spot that earlier. Book, 16 Days of the Coldest April. Ooh, that could pass the time. What's this? Waves crashing in the darkness. Alright. Well, I'll go to the balcony and actually check this book. Because we got something new that can pass the time. But yeah, so Harry owns a very overdue tape, but apparently not a movie that anybody really misses. Probably equated to this world's version of a snuff film. Alright, what is this?
In your hands, you hold 16 Days of Coldest April by Yekaterina Dahl. The cover image shows a row of concrete apartments above which span a black and white rainbow.
Feels heavy.
Indeed, the book is unusually heavy in your hands, as though the cover were lined with lead. It would do that in Grad.
How long is this book anyway?
You flip through the book. The pages are thinner than you realized.
Jesus
and the time
Christ.
Quite small and tightly set. It's nearly 600 pages long.
Damn.
Real art is dense and difficult. If it didn't feel like you had to wrestle a suicidal bear to get through it, you weren't really reading.
Look at the back cover.
The back cover is dominated by a black and white photograph of the author.
What does she look like?
She can't be much older than her mid-30s in this photograph. And yet, from this cover, the eyes of a sad old woman stare back at you.
Start reading.
In cold, detached prose, the author describes a scene from one of the Yugograd riots in the 20s. Youths overturned motor carriages and set trash cans ablaze, while heavily armored guardsmen dash in and disperse them in a flurry of baton blows. As ethnic tensions run wild, a pair of young lovers meet each other on the street. Somehow, in the middle of all the chaos, they manage to lock arms and look into each other's eyes.
I had a new thought. I had a new thought. What's the new thought I got? Kingdom of Conscience. Oh yeah, that one, the incremental thing. The incremental success.
It would physically hurt you to keep reading. Are you sure?
Read 10 more pages.
They go through a brief and somewhat awkward love affair. And in the end, they betray each other and succumb to the absurdity of Gradian life. The man becomes a lens grinder, completely abandoning his former existence. He toils through the daily drudgery at the Lenka Polyfabricate. Happiness and fulfillment have eluded him his whole life. And in the end, he has nothing to do but dedicate himself to the craft.
Wow, the book was so depressing it physically hurt me. Damn. And the woman?
She spends the next several decades standing at a conveyor in a Sosnovo fish processing plant. The smell of fish guts slowly seeps into her hair and skin, as every single one of her dreams dies, one by one. The memory of their short time spent together tortures the former lovers ceaselessly until the end of their days. Years pass in solitude, their bodies growing ever more decrepit.
Why can't I put this book away?
As life leaves their remains between the soil sheets, their final thoughts are filled with regret.
Put the fucking book away. What the hell? The book hurt my morale and physically hurt me.
The 15th Indo tribe. Because there was. The 15th Indo tribe was comprised of 8 kids from Forberg and North Jamrock, running from wild dogs in the valley, hiding scents under rocks, and stealing clothes off clotheslines, and sometimes even the copper wiring of phone lines. You may have been one of them. This must be a childhood memory. The 15th Indo tribe was your Indo tribe, set to rule in Cylinder. The rest of the kids are dead now. Car accidents and drug overdoses. Only you remain.
Plus 10 cents for every green orb clicked. Learning cap for savoir-faire raised to I earn money after each click that I do? That's awesome! Oh my god, I love that. Thank you. All right, well, let's talk to Mr. Man here.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag from his cigarette.
His slender figure is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds. It feels like a Friday. He seems to be in a good mood tonight.
We got your hint. Found the key right under that stone.
Beautiful.
He replies, smiling. As he looks at you, something sparkles in his eye.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
That's what Honestly, I'm just trying not to screw anything up. I'm not going to make things just right. I'm going to make them spectacular. I'm just trying not to screw anything up.
Beautiful.
He says again. A nearby street lamp casts shadows on his chin, drawing out the slender cheekbones.
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
By the way, I'm really digging the view here.
Mm-hmm. That's why I chose this place. Martinez is special, isn't it?
Wait. Suddenly you are digging things?
It's Friday tonight? It feels like... Is it Friday tonight? It feels like Friday.
Yeah, it does feel like the end of the week. Such gentle weather.
Why would I want to meet your friend?
Trust me, you do.
Very well, I'll talk to him, but first I want to talk to you. I have so many questions.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark and the neighboring windows have lit up, one by one. Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the bush.
Besides, I've got to run.
He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad. Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again.
Run where?
To the city. It's a beautiful night.
Only if you promise we'll talk again. It's important.
Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words.
We'll talk. Just not tonight. Take care, alright?
Hey, level up. Now the problem is... What do I put it in? I want to go more perception so I can see the body some more. And it was physical instrument, but it's capped now at 5. Paintbrush holds got a big amount. And endurance. I could use more health because I have been taking some physical damage. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put a pin in this.
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
There's something so different about him, and I just can't put my finger on.
Different, of course.
His shirt. Why is his shirt always unbuttoned?
His shirt.
His shirt.
His shirt. No, I don't know why his shirt is always unbuttoned.
He's barely holding it together. That's all he can do to keep from bursting out in laughter.
Come on, detective, let's go.
It is pretty funny. Just to be like, why is his shirt... Like, really? You find something odd about him? Why is his shirt always unbuttoned? Fucking make him laugh. Alright. Yay, I am gaining money. Hell yeah. Party Dragon Silk Robe. An old photo of the same apartment dated year 01. Expensive men's perfume lingers in the air. An empty ashtray. Better than an empty ashtray. Dishes soaked up in a pot. Flyers for underground parties. Dates for open lectures at a local university. An exquisite canopy of bed made of metal. Buckets of paint on a layer of old newspapers. And a hat.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur-la-Clé.
The fuck are you doing in this apartment?
I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
Hanging? What a drag. He seems like a cultured gentleman. You should ask him about the finer things.
Before we go on, I absolutely have to inquire about this wonderful canopy.
Oh yes, my friend has a great eye for these things. He refuses to tell me where it came from. It's a mystery.
So this is his apartment.
I believe they call this type of frame industrial. It's very comfy. That's really all I can tell you about it.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
What's an official like you doing in Martinez?
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment?
Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
What is this international community?
La communauté internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution.
So you're some kind of bureaucrat?
Yes. As I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stabilité. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Inter.
What is the price stability?
It is the most important thing.
That doesn't tell me anything.
It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change.
Précisément. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stabilité works to keep inflation just below 2%.
Below 2% of what?
But not too far below, no. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%.
You're not answering my questions at all.
The Coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet?
Okay, sure, give me a leaflet.
I'll
see if I can try to sell it to
For
Roy.
addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the moral intern. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist. But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the moral intern's commitment to transparency.
I've heard about this moral intern before, but I want to know more.
It's the International Organization for Moralists, hence Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the Coalition.
Mind babies, that's a weird word. So when I said I was a thrall for foreign interests, what should I have said that... So what I should have said is that I'm a moral intern bitch.
Doing one's job doesn't automatically make one anyone's bitch. Besides, there are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern.
So you were kind of right, but Kim doesn't exactly care for the phrasing. Are you a moralist?
But of course.
Am I a moralist?
Well, do you value freedom? Do you believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values?
Lieutenant, are you a moralist?
Me?
You've managed to catch the lieutenant off guard, but only for a moment. He quickly recomposes himself.
I'm a lieutenant of the RCM, dedicated to maintaining law and order in Ravachol.
A very moralist answer.
The lieutenant is practiced in the art of putting on a show for one's superiors.
But what is a normal, stable world?
The Occident is part of the normal world. Oranje, sur la clé.
Martinez doesn't seem very normal. Or stable, to me.
Martinez? No. Martinez is something else.
What about the rest of the world? What about the rest of Revachol? Is it part of the normal world?
Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
Democracy is a meaningless sham as long as the working class is under the boot heel of the capital. I don't think I'm a moralist. Moralism sounds incredibly boring. I want more action. Moralism is the ideology of foreign occupiers. Revachol must be governed by Revachol. I tipped over my water bottle. And it's like every time I'm talking to people, I'm choosing option D, none of the above. Is that moralism? Oh. Oh. That's the centralist response. Democracy is meaningless sham as long as the working class is under the boot heel of capital. I mean, that's not necessarily wrong. Granted, the people have the power in the terms of voting, but what good will voting for a person do if that person who you just put into power keeps putting a boot on your head? But option 4 is really funny. I'm gonna go with option 4.
Is this option D usually the most reasonable answer?
Yes, everything else is super extreme. It's like I'm living with a bunch of lunatics.
Sounds like you're a moralist indeed, my friend. Welcome. Moralism is all about compromise and achieving the achievable. It's pragmatic, realistic, and level-headed. An ideology for doers. Are you a doer, my friend? It looks to me like you are. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude.
Jesus Christ.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Oh God, am I a moralist? Oh, tell me about Sur la Clé.
What's there to say? Sur la Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS. Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
What makes Revachol one of Sur-la-Clay's darlings?
Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clay. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sur-la-Clay's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes.
Fuck you, mashed potatoes are awesome. Tell me about Orangé.
Oranje is an exemplary nation who, as a core member of EPIS, contributes 28% of our annual budget. Next to Sur-la-Clay, Oranje is probably the most prominent member of the international community.
Which one of them is more EPIS?
As founding members, they are both very EPIS. Oranje carries a lot of political weight, while Sur-la-Clay takes care of the business side of things. Sur-la-Clay hosts the headquarters of the major EPIS institutions.
Okay, but outside of the EPIS, what is Oranje?
Oranje's economy is one of the most advanced in the world. It has successfully transitioned from heavy industry to advanced services and generally acts as an engine for sustainable change in the international community.
To think I was just going to come to this guy and ask him about the hanging and who talked to him about it. Can't you just talk like a normal person?
About what?
About Oranje. Just tell me what it's like there.
Oh, it's very urban and very well organized. Their streets are clean, their horse cars run on time, the people are polite and efficient. Like I said, they are an example for less emerged nations to follow.
Enough business, let's talk about something else.
Whatever you wish, officer.
Can you tell me about your friend?
Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
What's Kendra? Or
Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue.
What do you mean?
That it's never going to happen. They enter negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
What is this EPIS thing you keep talking about?
EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see.
God, yes. Sweet standardization. The backbone of rationality and commerce.
So it's essentially the thing that... Oh, so it's essentially like if the UN actually tried to strong-arm the US into actually using the metric system.
It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel. Another success. And between you and me, the Moral Intern feels emboldened by this success. Emboldened to take EPIS to the next level.
Okay, but like, what does it stand for?
Why, it stands for progress and stability, like the Moral Intern as a whole.
No, what do the letters stand for?
It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We are very excited to take it to the next level.
You don't even hear the words I'm saying, do you? You're rehearsing a TED Talk, you jackass!
A supranational political alliance. The United States of Occident.
Is it going to be like this place? Is it going to be like this place here?
You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have transparent democracy.
I feel like I'm having a conversation with a partially translated script. Is Revachol going to be part of the EPIS?
It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure.
Didn't you say that candidate members never become real members?
No. Candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time. Time and evaluation. But we were talking about my friend here, not politics.
How did you two even become friends?
How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isola? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
You're describing how the coalition occupied Revachol.
One of the wonders of democracy is that everyone is allowed to have his own opinion. And not just allowed, encouraged even. Have you ever tried debate?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Debating. You should consider joining a debating society for adults. I hear they're oodles of fun. I used to have a flyer for one, but...
He's fucking... Bro, you are not hearing the words out of my mouth. Look at the mustache on my face and see the words I am saying, dude.
But now that I start thinking of it, it was for an improv class anyway. It's this funny theater thing, you know? Very creative. Helps relieve stress.
A chill runs down your spine as you envision a half-dozen people in professional attire standing around a chair, awkwardly pretending to be waiting for a motor bus. It's neither funny nor creative.
You still haven't told me who he is.
Sorry. Who?
Your friend, the smoker on the balcony. We were just talking about him.
But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. It is a cornerstone of our civilization.
Fine, but what's his real name?
Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in this situation.
So all you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the arts.
He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes.
Which arts?
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him.
What are you doing in his apartment by yourself?
I'm just enjoying the view.
The view? It's dark outside.
Listen.
A baby is crying in the neighboring apartment.
Someone's baby is crying.
No, listen. The Insulindian Bay.
What about it?
This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or a kitchen. But the million real view stays. You can't take that away.
I was asking about your friend.
My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee. I'm just enjoying the... We're old friends. Nothing's taboo between us. I'm sure you'll see him around. I'm all ears, officer.
You actually witnessed the lynching?
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
Start? Is it because you did it? No, you didn't fucking do... No! Titus did it. He literally said, "Me and my boys did it. We killed him." Start from the beginning, if you don't mind.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
What do you mean, like in a play?
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Interesting.
Who were they? Can you just... How many of them were there?
I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe 8?
The lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the mention of that number.
Were any of them huge, like 200 kilograms huge?
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite human, as far as I could tell.
I'm not going to ask if they look like drummers because... Actually, I should ask that because of the weird questioning.
Drummers? Why, no. But then, I don't know what a drummer is supposed to look like.
I think we can drop the drummer angle. That was my bad.
Oh, that's right, because Kim was like, oh, maybe it's somebody like a drummer, somebody with a bad soul. What happened next?
I went back inside.
Were you able to see anything from inside?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man.
Were they men, women?
All men, I presume. But again, I couldn't see very clearly.
Ethnicity?
I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Areopagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent.
What happened next?
Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching.
I mean nothing happened. They lynched a guy.
Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything.
Why didn't you call the RCM?
You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances. I was simply in shock. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add.
About what time was all this happening, approximately?
All I can say is that it was late.
You didn't check your watch?
My watch? Yes, now I remember. It was 30 minutes past midnight, give or take.
So let me get this straight. You didn't actually witness the hanging itself, did you?
No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day. Of course, anything I can do to assist the RCF. I'm sorry to say I did, officer. Officer, it's...
What do you mean?
It was just so... I was on the... That's
There's
when
one more thing I
Sounds
wanted
like
to
the
ask.
victim was unconscious, or at least...
I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanity. I went back inside.
Were you able to...
Officer, the yard was picked. Well, that's the strange... Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no... I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add.
About what time was all this happening?
All I can say is that it was late. My watch. No, I didn't see the corpse until the... I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assist. A moment, officer. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
Oh, why can't we talk later?
It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well.
That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night.
I'm not going anywhere. I just want to take a look around this apartment.
Sure, go ahead. It's a beautiful space. Let me know if you have any further questions.
Okay. Whew, that was a conversation. What the fuck? That was certainly a conversation. Oh my god. Like, they're just, like, it really did feel like I was having option D a whole lot of times with that guy.
Was there anything else? I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
Easy, detective. No.
Because I did it?
He's clearly not a man accustomed to being spoken to in that manner, let alone to being accused of.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe.
What do you mean?
It was just... I was on the balcony when it happened. That's when I understood.
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or...
I went back in...
Were you able to...
Officer... Well, that's... Eventually, their shouts... You're right, of course. I'm afraid I don't...
About what...
All I can say... My watch. No, I...
It seems... I think we have...
Of course. Anything I can do to assist the... Of course.
Alright, I guess that's everything. That's... Yeah, well, we got a lot of... Well, not a lot, but some info. And we got some lectures about moralism. Cool. God damn, that felt fucking weird. Like, that was a strange conversation, and not like the measurehead laugh my ass off kind of strange. That just felt like... It felt like two completely different conversations were happening there. That's the best way I could describe it. Two completely different conversations. It just... I don't know, man. Just weird. Fucking strange.
I don't know, bro. Oh, I don't know, bro.
Alright. Can the conceptualization help me out here again?
Just an ordinary wall.
Nope.
Nothing to see here.
Although I do have a level up I can do. But what was that new thing I got? Did I not get a new thought? I did not. What does the Kingdom of Conscience do? So, no solution. Yeah, this is still about the incremental changes. Let's try this one out. Alright. Well, I'm gonna check now to see if the, I can actually do the perception on the window since it's now 10 p.m. at night. And then after that, I think I'll end the stream. Also, now I can do this. God, I can gain money just from looking at these green checks. That is so nice. And I'm gonna guess this is locked. Yep. That's locked. And Renee and Gaston went away. Alright. I don't think I'm gonna get another level up for a while, and I just spent that skill point. Let's give it a try.
The man is deep. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Alright.
You really ought to wait until the cadaver is refrigerated. Digging around in this mess now is proving hopelessly difficult.
Let's take him away.
If you think so, officer, I'm not going to object. I need a little help for carrying him to the holding pen of my kinema. I'll take it from there.
Oh, damn it, I level up again. What should I do in the meanwhile?
Continue working here. The locals, the case, or attend to your own business. I will meet you downstairs in the Whirling in Rags tomorrow morning, 7:30 sharp.
This means Lieutenant Kisuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You're free to do side tasks, and even the main case, though it might be more difficult. If you have nothing to do, read books or sit on the bench on the plaza.
Yeah, I don't want to wait another day to have that corpse out there, so I'm just gonna do stuff on my own. I need a bit of levity after all of that. That was a weird interaction. But yeah, Kim's now taking the body away. And I can unlock another, but I would actually like to... I'm increasing my endurance. I would love some more health, actually. Thank God. More health, please. Alright. Hey, Kuno, you want some cigarettes?
Have you come to make your offer? Okay, Porkson. Talk keeps Kuno sharp. Helps Kuno think. Kuno likes that brain boost shit. We're cool now. But don't be pulling this shit on Kuno, or Kuno's gonna have to beat the shit out of you again.
Historical revisionism has taken place. He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. Andy's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful.
Kuno, you must have seen all kinds of things throwing stones here. Want to help the RCM bust a murderer?
Fuck no! What are you? Fucking mentally handicapped?
Kuno, they've almost made you a snitch now.
Ease off, see? Kuno always takes the bullet over the hammer.
Want to discuss the body?
The fuck about it?
Where's the rest of his armor?
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor.
How come?
That fucking had one thing majorly wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant.
A mutant?
Do you remember how he looked? Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
Oh, come on. He's just pretending that he doesn't care because he's too small for the armor.
You're just too small for the armor.
Get the fuck out of here trying to fuck on me with that midget shit. Kuno's 12. He's huge. What are you? Fucking 80. When Kuno's 80, Kuno can fit 4 of you in Kuno. Fuck out of here.
Trying to fuck on Kuno. Fuck out of here.
What do you mean you threw it away?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
You threw it in the sea?
Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk.
You say as you were trying to fucking make your clothes into a huge deal.
You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate.
Who do you mean troubadour?
Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit? Came around pretending like he cares about cows?
Yes, you met him at the gates. The one with the boots and the jolly smile.
You mean Manana?
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor.
Yes, this troubadour has it. You can feel it.
There are contusions all over his body. Did you do that?
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
A contusion is a bruise. I'm talking about the marks your stones left on the corpse.
Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing? This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here. Just alone.
Yeah, you tell the fact.
You're testing Kuno's.
Get lost.
Kuno doesn't.
Fucking Christ. Fucking Kuno. Where's the rest of the armor? So I can talk to Manana about it. And the cigarettes are gone. Fair enough. I wasn't really gonna smoke them anyway. God, Kim's actually not in the party. That feels weird. It just doesn't feel right, you know? It's kind of like SpongeBob without Patrick.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling-height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
Alright, I am now convinced that there's nothing I can do with that window. Not for a long while.
Looks like the circus left town.
Anything you...
But the clowns are still here.
Anything new you can share with me, man? I found someone who saw the hanging. A witness.
A witness? You ain't got shit. The locals would never come to you with this.
That's just contactis, Titus. Next, he's gonna tell you one of us already rolled on the others, and he's in witness protection.
My witness isn't a local.
Well, let's hear it then. Who is your mystery fella?
He's not alarmed by the sudden appearance of a witness, but he is surprised.
Charles Vinedrom, a high-ranking government official from Rue de Saint-Ghislain 33B.
So, some moral intern crony. What'd he tell you? I bet he had a dead hooker situation. If he came to Martinez.
Looked like a surreal play.
That means absolutely nothing to me. Sounds like some made-up horse shit.
It means the whole scene was long and drawn out, like a movie.
What is this fella's problem? Sorry we didn't make it more action-packed. It wasn't the first thing on our minds, you see?
The witness said the hanging went down very quietly. No shouting, no commotion.
It's you assholes that feel the need to go around like a fucking brass band. The Hardy Boys are dead silent.
Yeah, it's like they put cowbells on you before they send you to the streets. What's with the cowbells, policeman?
Saw a mess.
Arab guy? Boss, I think he's trying to save me and Theo.
Well, yeah. What is confusing you? Eugene, Theo, and Elaine were there too. I already told you. We were all there. Yes, enough of Charleville Drouin from Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B.
I might want to try authority, but Kim's not with me. Kim's not with me to back me up. I do not feel the confidence to go against Titus. Anything new you can tell me?
I've got nothing to say to you.
Nope. Nothing new. Anything to Gart since I've removed the body?
Can I help you?
Another thing. Great. I love those.
So the phone line is dead?
Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it.
Losers.
Is it true that there was some foul play?
Who told you that?
Oh. Doesn't matter, I just want to know who you suspect.
Fine, yeah. It looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related. Plenty of assholes around here who aren't murderers. If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know, so I can forward them the Yes, and it's not strange, it's... Who told you that? Fine, yeah. If you do find out who cut the line... Yes?
Okay, nothing new there. Don't want to quite go to sleep yet. That's probably the room Kim stayed in. But yeah, that perception check was a tough one. There was going to be no way I would make that. Can I check this?
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window.
3%. I do not trust it to work in my favor. Like, at all. Alright, so the door to the bookstore is locked, so I can't get a book. Oh, is Manana still there? Because I could talk to him. Strikers all went home. Is Manana still there? No, he's not.
The file cabinets, the drawers,
Nah, nothing new there. Yeah, I haven't really got anything else in mind in terms of what I can check out. I can probably try to visual calculus the billboard, but outside of that, I've got really nothing else, because anything else I can do is stuff that I have to have checks for that I don't quite, you know, have. Not to mention, you know, my gun is now being held hostage. Which is ironic because wouldn't... Never mind. Now, is our racist...
The lorry stuck in the windows are clear. Fumes of heavy fuel oil waft over the driver. A large the back a book with...
Alright, still same stuff. Same stuff as always. Is Silang still there? I'm imagining he won't be. Yeah, I didn't think so. Ooh, what's over here? Scribbled between the thighs of a page 3 girl. L'Orange du Disco. What's this?
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
How do you get... Actually...
A crumpled billboard reading, "The sign billboard has fallen off." Whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems very happy about it.
Can't do anything about the billboard. Sadly. I mean, I could try to... Whoops. I can try to pull the lever, see if anything happens with it.
A rusting... This panel... Pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then, nothing happens.
Really
the spring
clever.
brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Ah, so it's a Wednesday thing. Got it. What's in here?
Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah. The print depicts a muscled man striding toward you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of
it's a fucking
flames. Beneath him,
Helmdall.
Words. Helmdall.
Helmdall burning. Sniff the t-shirt.
Smells like worn cotton. And a little old sweat there. Worn cotton with a side of flea market or trash bin.
Sniffing is okay, but please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy.
You're not imagining it. Photon emissions? What is he talking about?
What's the deal with the man on the shirt?
That's the man from Helmdall walking away as his village burns.
So it is like a Conan saga.
He's surprised at your non-recognition.
I guess I'm guessing I'm supposed to know who this man from Helmdall is, but I lost my memory recently and I need remembering basic facts about reality.
Huh?
I said I lost my memory recently and need help remembering basic facts about reality.
Oh, I see. That's tough, man. I feel the same way sometimes. The man from Helmdall is the hero of a series of popular books based on a fictional version of Kotla. He left his native village of Helmdall after his son was kidnapped, having many exciting adventures and killing many enemies with his swords. But he lost his family in the process. Tragic stuff, really. That's the man.
He's surprised that you're not.
The man from Helmdall is the hero of a series of popular books based on a fictional version of Kotla. Mostly what is nowadays Arda NFD. He left his native village of 2 Real.
Sounds like a good deal, although I wouldn't really know.
Oh, it is.
Could you just give it to me for free then?
But why?
Because I'm a broke cop without a cent to my name?
I sympathize, I do. But this is a for-profit enterprise.
Wow, +1 to physical instrument, -1 to +1 to shivers, -2 to authority.
Welcome to Helmdall, officer.
Well, I know for certain I'm not going to be wearing that if I'm going to intimidate Titus.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
How much for the street lamp?
700 Real. A bargain, I dare say.
700 Real sounds about right. I imagine it wasn't easy just sawing that off the street lamp.
Hey, I don't know where it came from, but it's not every day you get to buy and sell something so extraordinary.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
So super special figurine, huh? Well, I can't hold it, so it's supposed to be lucky. If it's a +1 to physical instrument, maybe I could wear that when breaking... There we go. Maybe I could wear that when trying to break down that door next time. Might be of help. Alright, well I think there isn't really a whole lot else I can quite do today. Phone lines are jammed. Oh, I can tell Lena. Is it possible to tell Lena about the phone at the Union dock? I could make the call for her.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again. Just some field, but they
The water lock. That was broken. Could this be it?
Oh my. What happened to the water lock? Oh, sweetie. Listen, sweetie, I hate to ask, but if your investigation...
This will surely lead to a crypto... Yes,
And if you see him, let him know Lena is... Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
I can't offer to make the call? Alright.
Oh, hello, dear. Oh, dear. I'm not sure where... I hope I've been useful.
Okay, yeah, I got nothing else. Cook's gone, nothing I can do with the door. Titus ain't got anything new. And I have leveled up quite substantially. And I even internalized a thought. Alright, I think that is a good enough place to end, if any. So thank you all for joining me on this stream. I realize it wasn't exactly the most eventful time, but this game does have some slow burn moments, which makes the moments of hilarity all the funnier. So hopefully you all can join me again for when it gets, for when things can ramp up. And yeah, I even enjoy the small moments that do happen, like with the, that fucking weird political conversation. As I said, it felt like two conversations were happening, and it was like responding. Like I was hearing responses of two different conversations, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. So, yeah. Just fucking strange, man. Anywho, thank you all for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.